friends, welcome back to Farm Girl Diaries. My name is Caitlin, and I think is a really fun idea, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. So for the past couple years, I've helped multiple friends get a garden started, start their own seeds. I've answered questions. I've been the person that everyone comes to, and they have questions about when to plant something, why isn't something growing, um, what do you need to do to get something to grow. Basically, anytime anyone has any questions about gardening, they've come to me. I've been the one that everyone comes to. So one of these friends who I've set her up in her garden for a little bit now, she decided to have the idea that why don't you do a garden consultation class? And I mulled it over for a little bit. At first I was like, no, don't think so, don't think so. And then I kind of just kept thinking about it, and I felt like this is such a good idea. So that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to offer one-on-one garden consultations, and there's going to be different stages of it depending on what you're interested in. And this could be super useful if you've always wanted to start a garden but you don't know where to start, if you're overwhelmed, because there is a lot of garden knowledge that is out there, and especially if you don't know where to start and you don't have a lot of time to devote to this, it can seem incredibly overwhelming. So I want to offer services that could really be one-on-one specific and that would help you get your garden started. So the first tier that I'm kind of thinking about is going to be tier 1, and it's going to be a one-on-one hour-long Zoom call where you could jump on the webinar, and prior to, I would send out a questionnaire just kind of figuring out like where you're from, what you're interested in, do you any garden knowledge up to this point, are you brand new, kind of figure out your level, and then kind of figure out like what you want to do, are you just trying to get information, are you trying to start a garden, have you gardened before, and you want to expand, like kind of figure out where your heart is at with this gardening idea. And then we would have a one-on-one Zoom call where we would talk about all of the things that you want to talk about, figure out what we can plant for your area and when, talk about the temperatures that are needed for certain plants. If you could have an in-ground space, or you can't have an in-ground space, maybe you're on an apartment balcony and you can only have a balcony space. What can you do on a balcony? So we can talk about all these different things that can get somebody who maybe doesn't have a garden. And if you already have a garden, how do we make it a better garden? How do we talk about companion planting? How do we talk maybe a square foot garden guide? Are you interested in certain seeds, but you've never started seeds? Do you grow a specific plant and you never get it to germinate? Maybe you have like a tomatillo problem and you keep planting a tomatillo and it's not giving you any fruit. Well, that's because you need 2 tomatillos, and you need to have them so they can germinate off each other or pollinate off each other in order to get fruit. So we can help maybe diagnose some specific issues that you are having, and this would be on this 1-hour webinar call. With that call, then, it would come with a document that would go over everything we talked about along with specific information for your area. I would give a very specialized document for it where you would live that would talk about what to plant, when your last frost date is, what zone you are. I would do this entire document that would be specialized to you that you would get after we complete this Zoom call. The second tier would be just a little bit more money than the first tier, and this one you would get all of that. You would get the Zoom call and you would get this document, and then you would get some seeds. So I would actually ship you out some seeds. So what is stressful about starting seeds is it is an initial investment. And especially if this is something you don't know if you want to do, you don't know, maybe if I can send you some seeds, I can take one of those investments off your plate. So when you go to the big box stores, they really have just generic brands. When we're talking about tomatoes, for instance, they have Big Beef Steak, they have Romas, that's basically it. They don't have too many varieties. But when you go to any other online seed catalog, there's Mortgage Lifter, Paul Robeson, Kellogg's Breakfast, Dr. Witchy's, all of these different tomato varieties. And my idea is I already have all these seed varieties, and I can purchase them because I do grow all of them in my garden. But I would send everyone that would go to the second tier a variety of these different seeds that you're not going to buy at a normal Lowe's or Home Depot. I'd send you a variety of peppers and tomatoes and allow you to kind of get an initial seed bank, so that when you want to start seeds, you kind of have some seeds that are ready to go. So this would cut down on having to buy multiple seed packets, because I would give multiple different varieties of each. So you would get a nice little packet of multiple different plants and seeds. I think that's exciting. Then the third tier that I came up with the idea for is I have a garden journal, and I would include all of that along with the garden journal. I would make you your own personalized garden journal, where you could keep all your notes in it. I have notes where I have pages for each plant. So as you get into gardening, you can keep notes for each plant. I have notes, just generic note pages for you to take notes on. I have a garden layout sheet that if we come up with a garden plan, that could be included in your garden journal, or it could just be an empty page for you to draw your garden on. We have a harvest tracker. I have a pest and problem sheet. So this is the garden journal that I've used for years. You can see I have a lot of stuff in here. And I would make your own garden journal that would be personalized to you for your garden. And if requested, I could actually put some of the things that's on the document that you get that's specialized to your area. I could put some of that actually in the pages of this garden journal as too. So I could actually put some of those things in this garden journal too, again, so you can make it even more personalized for you. So I'm excited with this idea. I think this is a really fun idea. I have a ton of knowledge when it comes to gardening. I've been doing it for for a while at this point. I've been very successful at it, so I know what I'm talking about, and that's what I kind of hope to do with this YouTube channel, is to teach gardening and to be motivational and have people kind of like, okay, yes, I want to do this. But as I've had friends come and tell me, like, I've watched your channel and it's great, but it's not for my area, so I don't know what to do. When you're starting seeds, should I be starting seeds? When you're planting stuff outside, should I be planting stuff outside? When do I buy this? When do I do this? So this would be a great just one-on-one time where you could ask all those questions, and we could get this personalized specifically for what you need in your area. And I think that would be a really, really fun thing to do, and I think that would be hopefully beneficial. So I'm going to put my email here. If you're interested in this idea, please send me an email and we can talk about it. We can talk about pricing, and we can talk about, what you want to gain from this. And again, it will be 100% personalized to what you want and what you need. So I'm excited about it. I'm not going to keep doing posts about it because I'm not trying to be one of those people that just like click on my link and find my thing. But I think this could be something that could be hopefully really beneficial to some of you. So send me an email if you want more information. Otherwise, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video.